Hello everyone and welcome back to another Let's Play Cities Skylines 2 episode. In this episode we are going to be essentially building up our district of Line 10. So in the previous episode we basically organised our trams, we built a second tram depot here to increase capacity, and now what we're doing is we're going to kind of build up all this area here because obviously it's all kind of empty, and we're going to start off with here. So this is line 10, I think it was line 10 or might be line 11. So I haven't played this game in a month, so I've actually forgotten the numbers of the lines. But let's see. Let's hop over our line manager very quickly. Transportation. They put a double-decker bus. I wonder if there's new bus types now. Because yeah, this has changed. So there must have been an update. Trams. Oh yeah, so this tram line 10. Actually, so let's do a quick look at that. I just want to see if there's new stuff. I don't think there is. But you never know. Or maybe there's new buses. So just a quick little detour. I'm gonna check if there's new buses, but I don't believe there is. This is an electric bus depot. Waiting for an ambulance. Okay, so anyway, let's get going. So basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building up this area here. So my idea is this is going to be like a park. I don't really know what's going on here. I don't know why this has stopped. But anyway, we'll kind of start building this up. So, the way we're going to do this is, I think we'll just change the icons to be honest. First of all, let's just even this out because it looks a bit weird. Yep, like so, just so there's no water kind of showing up. Good stuff. And this might be even out just on this side, like it's a bit strange seeing water like here, so nice, like so, and then just a bit of flattening. Grand, so that's fine. So that's the first part. So basically here now what we're going to do is we're going to build kind of our park area. So let's go to our, so many modded roads here. Just a normal pedestrian street. No, I don't think I want this. This is the huge one. I think I want the custom one I made, which is I think this one. Yep. Or not. I think that's the same one. But anyway, so that's going to be like so. And then that's going to lead to the main road. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have a main road that I guess is going to have to come through here. It's going to go over here and it's going to kind of connect here, and then we're going to put some like residential buildings here. I don't think we're going to connect it to the highway here just because it's going to cause too much congestion on the highway. So it's all going to be kind of like local roads. Is kind of my plan anyway, but that might backfire. It could backfire very heavily, so it might have to be a case where I guess you can connect it here, but then that's going to cause a lot of traffic here. So it's just trying to figure out. You can't really connect it to this side because anyway we connect it, it's going to cause too much traffic there. So it's going to kind of be through here. It's going to be like a local road, and then I guess what can happen is like, because look at this. This is already a disaster as is. This really should be probably a like a 3-lane road. Oh, I think just the roundabout is not the right thing here. So I think probably what should be here is. Like, there needs to be a bypass here is basically what I'm saying. There needs to be a bypass for sure. But anyway, you build a bypass is going to cause issues there with traffic. So, anyway, actually, we might have to connect it to the highway. Like, somewhere like here. It'll just be a roundabout. Like, it shouldn't cause too much traffic because this shouldn't be too much of a populated area, but you never know with this game how things can play out. But anyway, let's jibber jabber more constructing. So we go here, we go to our roads, and so this is gonna be like, my idea is to have a park, and then behind the backdrop of the park to have kind of a behind the backdrop of the park to kind of have a to have a kind of like a modern kind of apartment building kind of residential area. And a little pier here won't do any harm. Yeah, so this is like a little pier, nothing fancy, just something like that, and then yeah, there's the highway. So that's kind of like the main park walkway, and then what's gonna happen is we're gonna build one of these roads. So I guess the idea here is then it's gonna be like some trees, and we're gonna put some of these smaller roads that are gonna kind of connect then to the main road, and we'll show in some parks and all that. So this is like kind of like I guess a riverside kind of like park for jogging, walking, all that sort of jazz. And then we could also actually have a where's that metro station? Now I'm yeah, so that's where the metro station is. So I'm thinking probably could have a walkway that kind of goes to the metro station. So like basically it goes from here. But that's not really looking too feasible at the moment. Oh, because that's not the right height. Yeah, that's probably not gonna work. Yep, I don't think that's gonna work there. Yeah, the gradients here are not really the most ideal. So, well, I guess there is the tram, so you can like there is the tram to connect to the whatchamacallit, to the station there. Anyway, so then we're gonna put in our idea is to have one of these roads to the car park. Now we just want to make sure the car park ends up on the right side. Yep, perfect. Yeah, we can extend that a bit, and then I guess here we'll put a little roundabout, and then we can connect it to this road here. Or actually this should probably come in like this. No, it's probably actually want it like this, yeah. And then we're gonna have to have a I guess then what's gonna happen is this will have to connect. Probably won't connect this in the motorway. Actually, this might have to. Yeah, actually, I don't even. Now that I think of it, I don't think this road should be going here. Like, I think this very much needs to be a dead end. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build this. Was this the right one? No, it wasn't. Like so. So this is kind of yeah, something like that. This is kind of the edge. We'll put some trees there. Yep, so let's see what options we have. Spruce. Yeah, so that's kind of that. Let's keep saving this game. I don't want to keep saving all these older versions because I don't actually use them. So, but anyway, look, that's a slightly different issue. And then I guess we can also actually we can do something like this, and then nope, not this one. Well, we could do something like this. Okie dokie, so that's that, and then let's just fix up our roads here. So bring this back down to level, and then we want to have one here as well, like so. So then that's that. This is all going to kind of just remain a little forest. So I guess what's going to happen here then is, I guess it's just going to have to, we could connect it to the highway here. But let's just do this part first. So we don't get sidetracked. So we're going to start off with this part. And then this part's going to immediately, not this. It's immediately going to go up like this. And then it's going to go around. Like so. And it's going to connect down here. Like so, and yeah, that's, you're gonna just fix this up a bit because it's a bit ugly looking. I don't know why they've made this all 3D. That's all they've done. They just made the things 3D. I don't know. I think they kind of look better in the 2D. They're a bit too they pop out a bit too much, in my opinion. So that's how that's gonna connect. It's gonna connect through here. And that's gonna be like the access road. But then of course we probably want like it is connected to public transport, but you know, it would I guess make a bit of sense to have this connected to the rest of the city somehow. So I think what needs to happen is we do need to basically gonna put a little rural road here, so to be able to connect to the highway, it'll just be a bit of a detour. So we're going to build a little side rural road here. Invalid shape. So I think this needs to be put somewhere else. Yeah, so I think obviously the issue here is need to make this 3-lane. So let's do that. And let's do the same thing here. Let's say 3-lane. Let's do let's click on this. Make this part 3-lane. Great, and then we're gonna connect. Actually, let's do that here as well. Make this 3-lane before we start doing anything like that. So put this in here. Great. So then we can put in our little side roads, hopefully. So then we're gonna have a rural road through here. And then this will go through here. Like so. So grand. So you can see it there now. So, and yeah, that's grand. And all we need to do is just connect these two and then put a roundabout. So one of these roundabouts. And then what's going to happen is we're going to put our rural road, if I can find it. This is just an alley. Yep, so I don't know what's up with this, why this is like that, but that's fine. And then this can connect to here. I guess what we can do is this can connect to, oh no, it's gonna connect to here, because what's gonna happen is that we're gonna build kind of like the rest of the housing through there. So, oh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, so basically what's going to happen is this is all going to be residential here. I'm going to have like a little kind of like circumference of residential buildings, if I've envisaged this correctly, but actually I don't like this. So I'm just trying to think how to connect this to kind of, I guess what we can do here is put a roundabout, because then it's going to connect to the rest of these residential buildings. So like it's gonna, yeah, so and what we do is we start with building these we start with building our residential areas. Before we do that, well, actually, let's start playing this. And I'm going to build the parks later. First, I'm going to put the residential buildings and then the parks, because they take a while to show up anyway. So then, let's just start with our residential buildings. So it's going to kind of loop like this, and then we're going to have one final one that's going to kind of go like this. And it's also going to kind of, for flip's sake, well actually that's okay, it's going to go like this. So basically what we're going to do now is we're going to have kind of a series of houses, and before we do that I want to put a little bus terminal. So let's go into our public transport and put in not a bus terminal, but kind of like a little kind of a bus lane that's going to connect all of these. So the bus, I guess the bus will go through here like so. That's not the one I wanted. So the bus is going to kind of basically, it's basically going to kind of just cut through all these zigzags and have a nice little terminus here somewhere. Yeah, and you can build a little bus lay-by here as well. So it's going to just loop to here. I don't want to edit all instances, I just want to edit this one. This is okay, this is the annoying thing, I can't actually edit now just this one. So this is our little predicament, so we're going to have to build this one from scratch. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to go like here. It's a bit annoying having to do this with the editing tool, but I guess that's how it has to be done. So then we go here, make the parking 9. Yep, like so. This is just a car road, this is just a car road. And put in a bus here. And then put in a median. And reduce this to 3. So this is a little bus terminus here. Grand. I like this. So that's grand. We have our bus terminus now. We need to just put in this. Okay, grand. Perfect. Save this. So I just got a message there. I probably should just pause the video here. Sorry, I'm just messaging someone here. I probably should just pause the video, but it's been a while. I haven't actually recorded anything in like 3 weeks. Sorry, so that's grand. Now, let's start building this up. So basically, we have our bus terminus here, we have our bus route here, and what we're going to do is we're going to start building this up. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some commercial stuff here. So we can do EU mixed housing. We can do that on this here. Yeah, so we'll do the EU mixed housing here. Oh, there's no residential demand at the moment. That's very strange. And we'll do a bit of high rise here. Show in some. We'll show in like a few offices just kind of here, and then the rest of this is going to be essentially just these kind of massive buildings, which is going to take a while to actually build up because we don't have any residential demand. And let's put in some amenities. So what we'll do is we'll chuck in a medical clinic here, I think. No, we'll chuck in a medical clinic here. Because we needed one of those. And we'll chuck in a... We do need another recycling center, I think. But let's not get sidetracked. So this is going to take a while to build up. What's up with this? Why have these trams not moved? What's going on here? I'm not sure where this tram has stalled. It's very strange. Indeed. We can put in a little post office. I guess we can show in a post office like here. So we have that, and then we can show in some like waterfront house, like a little waterfront house here. And we probably will need a school here of some sort. So where can we fit that? And show in a little we can show in a school there. Okay, great. What is actually going on with these trams? Is that two trams stuck together? Or is that one tram? I don't know. I really don't know what's going on here. Yeah, why is there I don't know. I don't know why there's no demand for our for anything else in the city. Bit strange. Like it's only commercial demand. But actually, let's plot in some commercial areas here. I think what we can do is we can throw in like a little commercial space here, and we can probably throw in like 2 commercial areas here, I think. And we can just flatten this out a bit. Oh, there's new parks. This is exciting. Yeah, so I don't know what's up, but my city really has lost demand for everything else. Why are the cars trying to go through here? I think my custom roads might have failed this year. There's something's not really working as it should. But like I think this I need to stop. I think this happens when I pause the game and I build. And then I think so. I actually need to probably stop doing that because I think anytime I pause the game and build, it kind of actually breaks stuff. And it's just because like you add a lot of stuff and it doesn't like naturally allow it to like bed in. So then everything kind of just becomes a bit. Oh yeah, we need more cemeteries. There's a lot of things we need to sort out before we continue building. So that's anyway a little residential area. What is going on with this tram? Is it, like, why is this tram actually just stopped? I don't know. There's taxi shelters now. Where is my line tool? What exactly is the problem? Can I send this to depot? Okay, anyway, let's just put the parks in. Actually, probably should throw in some industrial areas. So I'm just gonna. Well, I'm thinking we probably need to throw in some more industrial areas here. So, like, there is space here for more industrial areas, for more industrial buildings. So let's just do that quickly. Kind of stimulate the demand there, and then just flatten this out. Oh, flip, wrong one. What are you doing, TE? Think about the things you do, 'cause they are gonna cause some trouble. There we go. We have a little industrial area here. This looks ridiculous. Actually, I know, this all looks rather horrendous. Is this all housing or is this like manufacturing? Okay. Think then what we need to do is we need to build a bit more industrial areas, I know. This so like so. And then this is just the like so. I mean, not really gonna care how this area looks because this isn't really an area that anyone's gonna look at in the city. Ooh. Anyway. So. Right, that's that. So now what I need to do is do something like this. It's all a little cliff edge. Anyway, this isn't really. This is not really what I came here to do. And then I guess here what we need to do is we can build a more industrial areas. You're having a little road that goes through here. Like so. Wait, what was I trying to do? I kind of forgot what I was trying to do here with this. Oh yeah. Great. And then we can put in this here, put in something here, something here. Just to kind of maximize this little space on the island that's all just horrendous. Okay, that's great. So that's done. And we probably could throw in some office buildings somewhere here. So we have this. Where are these cars trying to go? Because I thought the whole point of this was that it would stop. You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna ban right turns. That's gonna solve our issue. And I'm gonna ban. So yeah, so there's no more right turns. Which means invalid shape. I can't ban. Why can't I ban right turns here? This is a disaster. Oh my days, this is an actual disaster. Actual disaster. If I must say so myself. Anyway, what else do I need? What is this? Disaster control. Don't need any of that. So now let's just kind of go in with building our stuff for the city. So we have our playground here, and we need to delete some of these things here, and then we probably need to tile this. So let's tile this, if I ever remember what tiling is. Great. And we probably also need. I wonder when the residential demand is going to go up. This is like crazy. No residential demand. Okay, I need to fix that tram. That tram is starting to annoy me now. Why is there's some issues? This is the only thing when you use mods. Like sometimes it'll just break stuff, and I'll have no idea how to fix it. Yeah, so this is meant to. What I was meant to do with this? Fix these pavements. We'll do a little crossing here. Great. That's fine. And then put in. What is this box thing? Great, that's fine. And we can put in some small offices here, some small Riverside offices. Like so. Great. Okay, what is actually going on with this tram? I don't know. I just don't want to have to destroy this, because if I do destroy this, it's going to be a nightmare to it's going to be a nightmare to get this like working again. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this at the end. I'm gonna build this up, and I'm gonna move like, because I just feel like if I break this, I'm not gonna be able to pull it back. Don't know what's up with these. Yeah, like I really don't know. But anyway, focus on what you can control. And I might just pause this, because at this point there's no point of kind of playing it unpaused, because I'm just placing parks. This is sometimes why I save like local versions, because like things do break actually. That's new versions I mean. So now let's start our placing frenzy. So we have this here. We're gonna put in some trees, of course. An activity playground that can go somewhere like here. And then, so plenty of stuff for the kids. And then what we need to do is, where was the parks again? This was it. Have a park maintenance depot that will be placed right here. I think this is a good spot for it. No, it's not a good spot for it. What am I doing? That's a terrible spot for it. But we do probably need a park maintenance depot somewhere here. Like, let's say somewhere here. I think you can chuck it in somewhere like this. Oh. I think this is a good space for it, and it can have its own kind of like road. That's great. So we've done that. And then get a gravel road and connect it. Does this gravel road need to go a bit underground? GE, what have you done? I think that's grand, like. Now. Like so. And like so. Perfect. So that's that. And yeah, let's just continue with the rest of our jazz. We actually want a police station somewhere here as well. So I don't know why I chucked in the police station. I'm putting one here. Like, that's close enough to that area. And because also we don't really want to have residential stuff near the subway when it's overgrown like that. It's going to be way too noisy. Okay. Urban Park Pocket. So I think we can chuck this on this end. So, you know, people can go sit there and just have something similar there. So as in, like, you know, parents and like childminders, whatever, guardians can go sit and watch the kids while they're, you know, they can do their own thing. So that's like that. And then showing some trees. Before we do that, actually, that's just a tennis court. Yep, have a tennis court in there. But that tennis court is a bit that's not, no, that's can't go there. It just looks ridiculous. I thought I flattened this out in a previous episode, but clearly not. It'd be nice if this kind of... Okay. We'll throw in an outdoor gym. We'll throw in 2, like so. Here. We can put in a little skate park. The skate park can be here by the water. Yeah, I think that's a good place for it. And then we can throw in a basketball court, literally beside the skate park. That's good stuff. What is all this? An adventure park. Don't want a passage park. And lovely, that's all too small. That's not the elevation that I want, so I'll try fix it like this. I'll try do something like this, and then just we'll try do it like basically like this. So oh lovely, of course it's not gonna work. Why would it work? Actually, destroy that. It's just the elevation, and then just do another one like that. There we go. So that's that, and then what we can do is we can probably extend some of this. Well, was I gonna have like housing on this side? I don't think I was actually. I think this was all gonna be like. Anyway, that's a problem for later. So that's all fine, and then let's take a look at other parks we can put in. Dog park, nah, not a big fan of dogs. These are all ginormous. Then show something like that in, and then put trees around this. Before we do the trees, let's put in all basketball center. What's this? Oh, let's just place this. Think about what you are doing to eat. Yeah, no, we don't want that. And we've placed all of those, so then we just put in all like the rest of this stuff, like just to kind of even it up before I put in all the trees. Ooh, I like this park cafe. Why is it not placing? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't be like that. Oh, that's nice. I like that, yeah. That's pretty funky. Now the world we connect this up, but this Cities Skylines has its limitations. We don't want a campfire site here. Don't want that either. Tiny park. A little one of these things here. And yeah, just kind of like basically it's a massive park area. That's basically the idea of this. Pretty much. I guess we can put in a small dog park for the okay, great, and now we can show in the trees. and the bushes and the whatnot. So go here, go to trees, spruce. I don't want that much of a. Like that, and then I don't really like how they're all orange right now, but there's not much we can do. And then we can show in some just to make it a bit like different, like that, and then we need some smaller trees. Okay, like that. Hopefully this doesn't make the game ultra laggy. So we have a little kind of like that, and then we kind of just do the same thing all around. We just place some, actually I want to place some hedges, so where the hedges, we can... We could always place, we can do it this way for this one. But I do want to put some hedges in other spots. So like that. So where are the hedges? The hedges are here somewhere. No, they were here somewhere. I need a hedge, a hedge is what I need. Hedge your bets. Ah, flip. Actually, that is something we can place. What is all this stuff? A little. We could place a large fountain somewhere, like here. Just yeah. Anyway. Post sorting facility. Is this new? I already have one of these. I think I already have one of these. Okay, that's... I'm getting sidetracked again. I know there was hedges. Maybe it was just don't know where they are. There was definitely hedges before, okay. Where are the hedges gone? You can put some of these anyway. Yeah, and then just put some more trees. And you can make these ones younger. And then put like the youngest ones there, like that. And then you can put some really old oak. And then we can ultrally, no. And then just literally just go crazy with putting some of these bushes here. that doesn't look great at all. Instead, it actually looks horrendous. What the hell was I thinking? Anyway. And here we need to throw in some stuff as well. And just put some not so old oak. Nicely done, if I must say so myself. Voila. Okay. That's all looking good. I'm not going to show you how I'm destroying the trams and that kind of stuff because that's a bit pointless. But thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And we'll build up this area more once we have demand for the rest of the stuff. Bye for now.